So, apparently, humanity needs saving from homosexuality. It is, according to Pope Benedict XVI, as important to save humanity from homosexual or transsexual behaviour as it is to save the environment. I quote, "Rainforests deserve, yes, our protection, but the human being does not deserve it less." I'm not going to bore you with quoting sections from the Bible and saying how they're incompatible with each other. I think that's been done enough personally. What I am interested in is the following. Now, I firstly like to state I have a great respect for many aspects of religion. The first and foremost of which is the ability to provide hope for a large number of people. The second of which is that religion inspires people to create great works of art and, cultural masterpieces. Which I think is great because, you wouldn't have the Sistine Chapel if it weren't for the Catholic religion. So, there are some good parts. The key thing though, is social cohesion. I think that is probably the best way anyone can justify religion. And however, I will be saying in a later video that you don't necessarily need religion for social cohesion, but that's a little point, I'll bring it later. So, what exactly is the Pope doing here? He is clearly not bringing people together by saying homosexuality is something people need to be saved from. I think that's been established with, our society being as wide and diverse as it is, that saying that a massive group of people need to be saved, these people who are, to the large extent, happy with their lives, happy with their life choices, enjoying relationships, saying these people are immoral and need to be saved even from themselves, that's clearly not contributing to social cohesion. So what is he doing here? Let's look at his words a bit more closely. He says that humanity needs to be saved from homosexuality, that the very acts of homosexuality are somehow damaging to humanity and society as a whole. Right, let's examine that claim, shall we? When I think of something being damaging to society, I think it needs to be damaging to the individuals in that society. If it's not damaging to any individuals in our society, I don't see how it can be damaging to our society as a whole. This is my point. How many people out there, I'd love to hear comments and responses, feel threatened by homosexuality? Now, this is a serious question. How many feel threatened by homosexuality? Answer that, and then tell me, how many homosexuals do you know and feel threatened by? Are there actual people out there you feel threatened by? Or is it just the whole concept of a man loving another man or a woman loving another woman? What frightens you exactly about the concept of homosexuality? The reason I ask this is if you find yourself feeling threatened by homosexuality and feeling repulsed by it, yet you can't think of any specific instances or specific ways in which it hurts you, then doesn't that really point that what you feel is really a prejudice within yourself rather than a way homosexuality is damaging our society? If this is the case that it's not in fact damaging to society, all the Pope is doing is splitting us apart. He's not bringing anyone together, he's not protecting us from a danger in society. All he's doing is dividing us. That's all I can say, really. The reason I ask this is I don't think the Pope actually is trying to speak out, saying that this is damaging for our society in any way, shape or form. I think the only reason he's saying anything about this is that in the Bible, in the holy texts, due to conventional ancient wisdom, we have always been told that homosexuality is intrinsically wrong. And this brings in a question of why? Why are we still following these dead dogmas? Surely they were relevant for social cohesion at the time. If there aren't a lot of gay people sleeping about, then a few would probably disrupt the natural order of things. But that is definitely not the case anymore. In a diverse society like ours, why do we need to follow these rules which are clearly dated and of the time? Let's think about the Bible for a minute. In Leviticus speaks out against homosexuality. In the same passage, in the same book, in the same general area, it says, "You're also damned, you're also unclean, if you wear clothing of two different types." Now, we can clearly see that's not relevant in this society. There may have been good reasons for it back then. It's a bit of a stretch, I think, but the possibility is there. But obviously, that's not the case now. It's not relevant today. So, why is he following this dead dogma? That's another question I'd like you to answer for me. So, please respond with comments or video, and we can continue this debate.